Hi, this is Architect David Barcelona. Welcome to Arquida, where you will learn anything and everything about construction. For this video, we will learn how to lay down floor tiles for interiors. Installing a tile floor can be time-consuming work. For those on a busy schedule, it can take a week to get the whole project accomplished. However, the process itself is straightforward and the end result is well worth the effort you put in. But the most important part of tile laying is the preparation of the floor itself. Wherever you're laying tile in your home, choose a beautiful pattern, either subtle or eye-catching, that enhances your room decor. Install a fiber cement board first if you're dealing with just a subfloor. While it's possible to lay tile directly on plywood subfloors, it is certainly not recommended. Plywood subfloors won't bond as surely with thin set as cement board will. Neither will it provide as even and stable of a surface for the tile. Cement board will probably be a bit more expensive and it will add time to your project, but the investment is totally worth it. The tile done right requires a solid substrate. Continue laying mortar and cement board into the subfloor, staggering the end joints so that they don't line up. For added strength, make sure that the end joints don't form one continuous line. This means that you might need to lay one line of cement boards starting on one side of the room and then start the next line on the opposite side of the room. If you need to, clean the existing floor thoroughly with a non-toxic floor cleaner. You'll want to remove all glue, dirt, and existing mortar before you start laying your new tile floor. The floor should be completely clean in order for maximum bonding between the tile and the thin set. Trisodium phosphate is a great all-purpose cleaner if you need to use it. Line up your boxes of tile and open each one. When you're laying the tile, alternate which box you're pulling from to account for any variation in color among the boxes. If you're making a design or pattern with a tile, put the tiles in order so that you know which ones you need at any specific time. If you end with a very small or very large space in comparison with the size of the tile you're using, move everything down so the extra space is about the width of half a piece of tile and snap new chalk lines to use when placing the tiles. You don't want to have to cut your tile into small pieces to finish a row along the wall. Decide where you want to start your tile. Most people decide to lay tile from the center of the room outwards, which is important if you're dealing with even-sized tiles. This method will create a nice effect in the center of the room, but tiles in the edges of the room will need to be cut. You may decide to start tiling from another spot in the room, especially if you're using irregular sized tiles. You may choose to have uncut tiles on the sides of the room and work from there if cabinets, sofas, or other furniture is covering tiles on one side of the room. This article will assume that you want to start from the center of the room and work outward. Make sure you do a dry layout with your tile and spacers directly on the cement board before you lay down the mortar. A dry layout will allow you to visualize the room as it might be when everything is finished. Experiment with different layouts until the right one catches your eye. Find the center of the room by snapping a chalk line in the center of the room widthwise and lengthwise. Set up your chalk string in the center of each wall by measuring the wall and putting the string exactly in the middle. Leave the string in place after you snap it to use as a guide for your first few tiles. Lay down some floor tiles along one of the center lines to make sure you mark the center of the room properly. If you realize that your chalk lines aren't square, redo them. Lay down tile cement or thin set mortar where your first section of tile will be. Use the flat side of the trowel to key in the thin set and then comb with the notch side of the trowel with even horizontal lines. The goal is to have a nice, even application of cement or mortar for the tile to hold on to, and even horizontal lines grip the tile better than random curved lines. Only lay down as much mortar as you can work with in 10 minutes, otherwise it will begin to harden and become difficult to work with. If you're using tile cement, give it about 15 minutes to become tacky so the tile will stick properly. Use tile adhesive for linoleum and vinyl tiles and thin-set mortar with ceramic or porcelain tiles. If in the event you would like to use self-adhesive vinyl or linoleum tiles as shown in the picture on the lower left, you may want to do so. Start laying the floor tiles in the middle of the room, lining them up with your chalk line. Press each tile gently into the cement or mortar. You can also use a rubber mallet to do this after you complete each section. Put a grout spacer at each corner of your tiles, but each new tile up to this, taking care not to slide the tiles through the adhesive material. Wipe up the thin set that squishes up between the tiles. If you plan to do a groutless tile layout as shown on the picture of the bottom right, you do not need to place a tile spacer. Allow the tile adhesive to dry overnight, then remove the grout spacers if necessary. Some can be left in place, so check with the manufacturer to be sure. Mix your grout according to the directions on the package. Usually, grout is mixed with water in a 5-gallon or 18.9-liter bucket. It should have a peanut butter-like consistency, like the thin-set mortar. It should slake for 10 minutes and then briefly be mixed again before application. You can also apply various tints as shown on the picture to the base grout to highlight your grout finish. Use a masonry float to spread the grout into the spaces between the tiles, creating a smooth surface. Float your grout in several directions to make sure you're working the grout into the grout lines effectively and evenly. Work quickly here. The grout sets up fast, considerably faster than what the mortar does. For this reason, work only in small areas before branching out. Remove the excess grout you get on the tiles with a sponge. Again, give yourself a small area to work on so that the grout doesn't set up before you have time to wipe it off the tiles. You can also use a damp cloth after this time to rub away any haze left over on the tile. Let the grout set for at least a few hours. Seal the grout after it has set for 72 hours. Use a grout sealer with an applicator brush and take care not to get any on the tile itself. If it has applied to the tile itself, wipe it off quickly. I hope you've learned something new on how to install tiles for interiors. If you like this video, please press like. You may also press subscribe to know what other videos Arkida is offering. You also can press the notification bell to be informed of new videos that we put out. Click the subscribe button to discover all the other videos in this site. Click the notification bell to be notified about new videos that we post. Press the like button to share this video to your friends. If you have additional comments, please post them down below or at our Arkida Facebook page, and I will answer all your queries. Thank you.